thing that I have known, you know, in the eyes of a man, in the times, in the eyes of those that I relate myself to, that I see, has been achieved through physical and you know, some sort of a more evidential, what do you call it, move. People did that, and it has got strong evidence that I can really point out to say, oh, this is what he did. This is how he worked his way through to got that, or this is how. I mean, it's something in the human sense I'm talking about, and of course that's what I'm talking about. What else can I talk about? It's about people. It is people who worship. The dogs and the animals, they don't worship anything. They move on and do whatever they have to do. The rest of the living things don't do much. It's the human beings who claim religion, who claim worship, who claim divine God and all that. So if God hasn't done anything for you, you don't have to allow yourself to make a fool of yourself and draw others into it. You don't need to pull people to come into that group. You stand up in the morning. Some, especially when you go to, let's say, outside countries like Britain or America. If you're a foreigner, you have to wake up in the morning. Sometimes you have to do an early morning job, do an afternoon job, do a night job. Some people have to work 4 or 5, before you can really earn the living. You're telling me that is a divine help? Are you sick in the head? Well, how can that be a divine God? I don't know. If you disagree with me, I don't know what you are disagreeing with me with. I'm talking about divine help. Do you think there is any divinity in your effort of how you have achieved your success? Whether you're getting $100, dollars or pounds or whatever money, even if you are not outside of this, this Western group, and you are in West Africa or Brazil, whichever way, you get up in the morning, whatever you do. Some people had to do, manual jobs. Others also have to even end up doing prostitution. Anything that you are doing, you gain, and then you want to tell me. I mean, I will enter into any religious group or any religious institution, and all those individuals, except those who don't work and they work for the foundation or the sort of institution, they depend on the little money that others have to put in to feed them. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about you and me who had to survive despite your faith or your belief or your claim, your wild claim of God, what you have to do to live. And then you want to tell me that there is a divine? I mean, those who are feeding the institutions of the religious institutions, those who are feeding the religious institutions, how they are able to get their sort of their ends meet to sort of share a part of it, how they are able to get their manna. And that manna, they put a part of it in the church coffers. You ask me that is the question I'm expecting you to ask me, and that's what I'm telling you. That my answer to you is that they don't deal it on a silver platter, and it is not divine help that gives them that manna that they got, that they brought a part of it. They make sacrifices, a few part of it, into the monastery or the church coffers or the Islamic, the mosque, or whichever way they sort of have to contribute. Those charitable means that other people have to do for religion to survive are not coming from divine God, is not falling from heaven. If there is, I'm yet to know. I don't know. I don't think so. So if that is the case, why would you disagree with me? Are you disagreeing with me on the basis of what, that it's a divine God? Prove that it is a divine help. Go and tell somebody that God gave you that. He might say yes, but if he's smart enough and a thinker, he will tell you to clear off and stop that useless, useless talk that you sort of. He will now give you evidence of what he had to do or the things he had to go through to get whatever he has got. You can go and ask Bill Gates, the richest man that we see having a good life now, and he will tell you what he went through, even though he, coming from a good background and opportunities that come his way, he will tell you how he got what he got. It wasn't easy. Whichever way, the scientific discovery, they sacrifice their life, people have to die. We've got people whose name that we remember, Louis Armstrong, the first people who stepped on the moon and all that. It's all sort of stories. And every trip that they go, the discoveries they come about, they discover the things they discover ends them up in all the effort to create all these gadgets that we have to use today. And the driving of the car, to build a car for people to drive and then go up and down. It's not. These are all, they didn't come. People are in a sleepless night. They are awake so many times studying. Sometimes they vision, dreaming, and they just happen. The body has got the ability. So wherever God is, that He created you and I don't deny that He is there. There is a divine, God that we came out of. But that great God, if He isn't doing something, we don't have to say He's doing that. I know that all He did and all He has done is the creation of the unique man that I am. And then He expects me to function. And as I am functioning, I am in His will. And as I'm in His will, I say He will not turn around and judge me, because I'm doing what He wants me to do. He has created and made me what I am, and I'm doing what He wants me to do. Will He judge me? Do you think I'm wrong? I'm not making sense? I am making sense. I don't know what sense you have made out of yours, except the ones that is already there, that I also was caught up into thinking that was really true. And now I realize that what I knew was not true. It was not making sense. It's not necessarily not true. It wasn't making sense. And I believe that God will make sense. God will always have to make sense. If God does not make sense, then we are becoming very insultive to God, whatever God we believe. But I won't have no problem if the gods that we have believe right now, if they were not really God, but somehow it's people, which that is, I believe that is the case, where people have made a choice of going along some faith, and they took along. Some people follow the ancestral thing, and they are keeping the tradition, and they are going through. That's fine. You believe what you want to do. I mean, for a very long time, men have always pursued to worship in their own way. Some put up images and they worship. Some take, carved images, whichever way. Some worship men, women. Some to do all sort of things. Some worship the natural things that they see, the sun, the moon, and all that. So it is not strange, and I have no problem with that. But if I want to talk about the living God, the source by which I came about, and I see the intelligence of men, there are some people who are so intelligent, so smart, and I'm thinking of all those things, and I'm saying that where we have come from must be more intelligent than any other, because if such abilities and qualities has come out of us, then that should give us a clear picture that we have come from a very unique place. A unique being has put us into this existence that has made us do all these things. Most of these things that we see, that beautify things that touches our heart, are all manly developed or manly done. It's not about God every day putting some wisdom into you or wanting to, even if that's the case, as I said, even if that's the case, that God is giving you wisdom to do all that, then we must accept that God has been giving us the wisdom to live the life we live in every way, whatever the way we do. Now, it'd be crazy for you to think that, what about the thieves? What about the murderers? I mean, why would you ask me that question? I can amaze you to tell you that, yes, it is possible that God Himself is making the murdering go. He make people to murder people. He is the one who is, if you claim He gave us wisdom, why wouldn't you claim that He is the one who gave the murderer that character to end up murdering people? Why wouldn't you believe? Why won't you accept that? Oh, that one is a devil. What devil? In fact, some of times we have some strange, weird, pointing figures that I don't even get. If there is a devil there and he's challenging God all this time, and God is looking at him, I mean, God must love the devil so much that I'm supposed to even think that the devil is God's son. Because if he's not, then why would He allow him to survive this long in His authority, in all His infinite power? Think about it. I am forced to think that maybe the devil is loved. And in fact, if you read the Christian book, in the book of Job, it reveals that even the devil he knows heaven, and he's there in heaven, sometimes visiting heaven, And you who are righteous that God has loved, you don't even know where heaven is. Your Christian cried out of heaven.